Hey everybody, this is Rebecca. And right now on Superbowl Sunday, I'm standing out in front of Planned Parenthood on Central Avenue in downtown Sarasota. So right now, while everybody is getting ready for the Super Bowl, and they're thinking about football and sports and getting together at the sports pubs, sports bars. Got the pizza thing going on and all the appetizers and plenty of beer. And let's have a good time and talk about football. I thought I would come down here and just kind of talk about my viewpoint on the whole abortion issue. One of the things that I was thinking about was, well, everybody is concentrating on the football thing and on politics and on chaos. And, how are we going to survive? How are we going to pay our bills? What about the women that come into this facility next week because they find themselves pregnant for whatever reason, and they decide to have an abortion? What about next week? What about the babies that are the babies in the womb that are trusting their mothers to protect and take care of them, that have given them life? And have you ever thought about, what if it was you? What if it was me? And we're inside our mother's womb. And then we have this horrendous procedure done on us. What if we're the ones that are having our bodies torn apart by this procedure? And it's a myth that they say that fetuses cannot feel pain before 20 weeks. That's a myth. It's all a myth. And I don't know, for some reason, I'm just thinking, what about the children? The babies next week, they're going to die in this very facility, that maybe even are being harvested for body parts. There was a time back in the day, my mother, according to my mother, I was premature, and it was approximately 26 weeks or so. That's when I was born. The doctors said, they told my mother, there's no way that I would survive. My mother laid on her back for 3 months to try to save my life. And it turns out that by a miracle I did survive. But I did have 3 brothers that did not survive. But for some reason I survived. And because of that fact, I'm standing right here, downtown, in a rough neighborhood, talking to you about this very thing, this very issue. I don't know why I'm here. Haven't figured it out yet. But God enabled me to have the gift of life. And I'm thankful to have the gift of life. I'm thankful that it wasn't taken from me. that I wasn't sucked out of my mother's womb by some type of hideous machine. Okay? And I tell you what, after seeing the women's protest, thousands of women gathering here in Sarasota, women, men, children, you name it, walking over the bridge, gathering downtown, dressed as vaginas, with vagina hats, with hideous signs, demanding their way, demanding their right to murder their children, demanding their right, and behaving like they've lost their minds. Because they have lost their minds. They have lost their minds, and they're teaching their children to follow suit. And I when I saw all the people going over the bridge, and I saw the amount of people that were gathering across the country to demand this very thing, to keep abortion legal, to be able to continue to murder innocent children, I was appalled. I was absolutely appalled. However, I have to applaud the hundreds of thousands of people that gathered after that for the sake of life. And it's my prayer that somehow, some way, that conservative judges will be put into the Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade. It's got to be done. It has to be done. The killing has to stop. It has to stop. So this is my 2 cents worth on Super Bowl Sunday. Think about it, people. Think about it. Let's start saving the lives of these innocent children instead of this onslaught. This is Rebecca, and that's all I have to say on this issue for right now.